Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mission Control. I don't usually engage in long discussions with flat earthers because after a few arguments back and forth, it becomes clear that the debate is no longer equivalent. Three things usually happen. They either resort to word salad, or they dismiss all logic, or they simply just tell a lie. But I just can't let this one go, because this poor excuse for a human decided to actually throw some numbers at me. That's when he crossed the safety line for flat earthers. So let's have a look at flat earth intelligence at its best. This guy under the name InRem was not happy with my angular velocity video. I'm not going to bother with his initial statements because frankly I just can't follow his word salad. But after I asked this question, he took the bait, and that's when the fun began. Imagine a jet fighter flying 1,036 miles per hour in a straight line. I think we can agree that he feels neither speed nor direction. Now he's dipping his nose 15 degrees per hour, that's 0.004 degrees every second. You want to convince me that he feels that dip? And he answers, I'm not here to convince you of anything. I am, however, pretty damn sure you would feel a 199 foot per second drop. If you were not strapped down, you would hit the canopy. I asked him how the hell he came up with that number, to which he replied, by using basic math. Great, I thought to myself, then even I have a chance to follow along. He said he used the 8 inches per mile squared formula, so let's try to do that as well. The jet is traveling 1,036 miles per hour, which is 0.288 miles per second. So after 1 second of flight, the drop should be about half an inch. So how he came up with the 199 feet per second is beyond me, and I don't even get why he talks about feet per second. If the plane drops at a constant speed, it would follow a straight line and not a circle. I then trick him to tell me how much drop there is after 12 hours of flight, because then he will have to realize that the formula is wrong. And the trick worked, because now he moves on to calculate the drop by dividing the diameter of the Earth with the flight duration. So now the jet is supposed to drop 968 feet per second. What happened to the 199 feet per second, I ask, but he conveniently chose to ignore this question. So, by his logic and calculation, he's actually suggesting that the jet is undergoing a changing rate of drop, starting with 199 feet per second and ending at 968 feet per second. This is actually acceleration, and it just doesn't make any sense here. I'm sure he can't see the fallacy he's making, so let's try to view his logic in a different way. If a jet is flying in a circle in a sideways fashion, then how much does the jet turn left? According to InRem here, the jet would be increasing the turn during the flight, and by doing so, it would never follow the circle. Same thing if you drive your car on a long arced road, you don't keep turning the wheel, you just maintain the angle. So the real answer is, of course, that the jet must turn left by 0.004 degrees. And this is exactly the same as the previous scenario, except we have an atmosphere and gravity, and planes don't dip their noses. And speaking of drop on a circle is pointless, because the Earth is not flat and gravity is not pointing down on this image. Turning 0.004 degrees is too little for anyone to notice, and that's why the pilot doesn't feel a thing going around the Earth, and neither do we feel the rotation of the Earth. So if you're watching InRem, try to think about that jet going left, completing a circle. and come back when you have your calculations done. I believe this was another safe landing for the Globe team, so stick around for the next mission.